Hey, Shalom. First of all, let's call Halayim Layel Bashim Yashai, Bashim Rakakwadash, which is the names of the Heavenly Father and Son in Hebrew, our ancient language through spirit. Double honors to Apostle Great Millstone, who are our teachers, and peace and mercy unto the Lord's elect, those that are allotted to be delivered in the last days, which we're living in now. So I was just watching the other apostle doing a land back off the Elder Menat Zagbaz video. These niggas are gonna be burnt up or be left behind because the kingdom of heaven is being established on the planet Earth. So all you 2/3 rebellious niggas, you don't form part of the kingdom on the first go around, so you're gonna be left here. So the kingdom of heaven is being established. That order is being established again on the planet Earth because this example, this society is an example of what happens when there's no order. See, the white man, he has the police and he has the government, stuff like that, but really doesn't really know order in his society. You know, his order is a false order. All right, it's not a. Everything is out of balance. You go to the court system. If you got money, you can get off. If you're poor, then most likely you're gonna go to jail. So there's no just way and balance. This is the word for order. It's a body of persons living under a religious discipline. All right, the body of persons living under a religious discipline. In this scenario, in this case, would be the elect of Israel. All right, we're living under the word religion in itself means to hold back and restrain, but um, we're living under the lawless commandments of the Lord, which is what you would call in this world, what you would call religion. All right, religion is not. We don't really deal with religion. All right, because religion is like Christianity, that's Buddhism, all that shit. Those are religions. All right, the word religion is not really accurate to describe the truth, because these are words that were created, you know, by the white man. This English language that goes back to the Latin. So it says religion, state of life by monistic vows, action or conduct indicating belief in the divine power. All right, and then you break the word down. It means to hold back and restrain. All right. So anyways, but that's besides the point. Now it says order, religious order, rule, regulation, role, line, rank, series, pattern, arrangement, routine. So, for instance, in the military, there's order. There's a general, there's a lieutenant, there's a captain, there's a private, there's a what you would call a sergeant at arms. You got all these different titles and names and ranks. All right, which in this world, like I said, in the white man society, they use their rank in order to like show off and hold authority over the kingdom of heaven is not gonna be that way. All right, there's gonna be rank and order and file, but we're all brothers, and we're all in this to do the will of Yahweh Bashim Yashai. This is not like oh, I'm over you, and I'm more than you, and all this shit. Because at the end of the day, we're all the Lord's children. Now, yes, there's rank and file and order. Um, for instance, like I said, the two thirds are underneath the elect. There's always going to be an order hierarchy. All right, but this is no way for you to you know look at yourself like, oh, I'm more better than this and that, which technically you are, but that's that's just a side note. All right, because you come into the truth, then you get too high minded. All right, because the Lord said He deal with the humble and the meek of the earth. All right, so just like He could give you the title, He could take it away. Now, anyway, it says the original English word reflects a medieval notion, a system of parts subject to certain uniform. A uniform is a form of order because you got the matching. Everybody's wearing a uniform. When you watch like a football match or what they call soccer, the team is all dressed in one apparel. You don't have one motherfucker wearing one thing and then everybody else. No, there's rules. You can't come on the pitch wearing certain things. You can't do that. Why is there rules? So there could be uniformity, which the word uniformity means to be together. Right? Our nation is not together. Our nation is just all fucking splintered. You got the Negroes against the Latinos. You got the fucking Latinos against the Negroes. You got the Native Americans against the Negroes. Yeah, everybody's just all over the place, man. There's no type of order and established rank. This is why the Lord is setting up the prophets, the ministry of the prophets, in order to establish the house of David that's going to rule over the nation. All right, because us indeed, we're going to be ruling over all of the nation. All right, if we be of that number, we're going to be, because the Lord is putting the spirit on us now to basically rule. The Lord is giving us a ruling class mindset. He's giving us the scriptures, giving us of His Spirit. And this is a small portion of His Spirit, all right? Because if we knew, if He gave us everything all at once, we wouldn't be able to process it in these mortal bodies. All right, that's why it says in the scripture we know in part, we prophesy in part. All right, because scripture say when the Lord comes, everything shall be totally revealed. Like like your past lives. Like what tribe you're from, so on and so forth, man. Who you were in the past, things of that nature. All right, so it says from the notion of formal disposition or array, methodical or harmonious arrangement, which the word for cosmos, when you go to the blue letter, the word for cosmos is the John 3:16. The Christians will use John 3:16, and they'll say like that means the world loves everybody. The Lord loves everybody. He came to save everybody. It's not true. Everybody and their mama knows the scripture. It says, for the God loved the world, so loved the world, that He gave His only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in Him should not perish, but have everlasting life. All right, the whosoever is talking about Israel. All right, so the whosoever believeth in Him should not perish, but have everlasting life. All right, now the world right there, the world is cosmos, which means orderly arrangement. The orderly arrangement is talking about Israel. All right, so it says cosmos, an apt and harmonious arrangement or constitution, order, government. So the word for government, the word government means mind control. Govern means to control, and ment means mind. All right, mind control. So your mind is going to be controlled by the law, statutes, commandments of the Lord. This is why the Lord is going to give you a new body so that you can actually keep these law, statutes, commandments the right way, so that you can actually live the right way in order. Not meaning you're going to be technically we're going to be robots, but not in the sense where we don't have like no type of like self knowledge or anything like that. You're just programmed to do. We're going to be programmed to do good. All right, but you're still going to be an Israelite. You're still going to be able to enjoy yourself and do certain things, but you're going to be in order. All right, this is why the Lord said in Hebrews the 8th chapter that He's going to write the laws in your inward parts. All right, so you no longer go off anymore, man, because right now you're going off without even knowing it. All right, Hebrews 8 and verse 8 says, for finding fault with them, He said, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and the house of Judah. The house of Israel, talking about the northern kingdom, Ephraim. The word for Ephraim, Israel, is interchangeable. So you get the word house of Israel is talking about Ephraim, and the house of Judah, Benjamin, Levi. All right, northern and southern kingdom. For you simpletons that you see these words and you're like, oh wait. Well, I'm talking about you guys that teach the word and then you break this thing down wrong. All right, but anyway, it says verse 9. It says, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day when I took them out of the hand to lead them out of the land of Egypt, because they continued not in my covenant, and I regarded them not, saith the Lord. What does that mean? The Lord did not regard you, meaning he did away with you for a while. All right. Say that book of Isaiah. It says the Lord was displeased with you for a moment. All right. So it's verse 10. But this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days. What days? The time that we're in now. Jacob's trouble, all that. All right. Saith the Lord, I will put my laws into their heart, into their mind, and I will write them in their hearts, and I will be to them a God, and they shall be to me a people. Because right now you're not the Lord's people. You know, the Lord, see, you're still Israelites, but you're the Lord's looking at you like you're a damn heathen. All right, because of all that sin and death and destruction that you got all inside of you. Which, yes, He did put it on you, but it was justified because you went off. All right, you did this, this, and that. You did this. You went a whoring after idols. You know, you worshiped these different gods. Going back to the time of Moses, you were in a guard. You were in the wilderness after the Lord delivered you. You're still worshiping idols. You were still being a nigga in a hole and a slut, and you know what I'm saying, being out of order. All right. So the Lord said that you should be my people when I write these laws in your inward parts. All right. So it says, I will put my laws into their mind and write them in their hearts. See, the elect, they're basically already halfway there, you know, because the Lord has put His Spirit inside of them, right? But it says, I will be to them a God, and they shall be to me a people. So when the Lord gives the second covenant, then we're all going to be righteous. Isaiah 45:7, right? It says that all that people shall be righteous. Because right now, all our people is not righteous. You still got niggas running around. 2/3, which is the majority of our people, are completely wicked. So we're not all there yet. All right. So we can't possibly be in a new covenant like these guys be talking about. Oh, we're in a new covenant and this and that. We're not in a new covenant. All right. Because we wouldn't have to be teaching each other the word of the Lord. And the kingdom, we're not going to have to be teaching each other. Oh, this is wrong. This is wrong. This is right. Because you're already going to know what's wrong and right. All right. There's no need for me to go and call you and rebuke you and tell you, because the law is already going to be inside of you. All right. It says Isaiah 45:7, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. Oh, 17. Which that's true. All right. I was thinking about this. The Spirit had me read this because, you know, the Lord, anytime anything happens, good or evil, the Lord did it. All right. Now, verse 17. This is 17. But Israel shall be saved in the Lord with everlasting salvation. Ye shall not be ashamed, nor confound the world without end. All right. This is the world that's talking about in John 3:16 that I just read. All right. An apt and harmonious arrangement, talking about Israel. All right. It says back in John 3:16, the word for world, apt, harmonious arrangement, constitution, order, government. With the word government means mind control. And so the Lord's going to control your mind. All right. The Lord's already control your mind. Sirach 18:1 says that what everything obeys the Most High. Well, He's already controlling your mind, but He's going to cleanse you and turn you into a new creature. All right. What does it say in Isaiah 3? Isaiah 4:6. My fault. It says the Lord shall wash the filth off of you. All right, because you're filthy, just like you got to go to the car wash and get your car washed and shit. You know, the Lord's basically going to do a spiritual car washing on you and turn you into what you're supposed to be. All right. This is Isaiah 4:4. When the Lord shall have washed away the filth of the daughters of Zion, I shall have purged. The word purge means a cleansing. All right. It said, purge the blood of Jerusalem from the midst thereof by the spirit of judgment and by the spirit of burning. So 2/3 going to have to get cleansed and purged by the spirit of judgment and burning, which that's going to take place by way of the thermonuclear missiles. That's going to pelt America and certain other parts of the world, but America's going to be totally wiped off the map. It says, in the world, and the Lord will create upon every dwelling place of Mount Zion, and upon her assemblies a cloud and a smoke by day, and the shining of a flaming fire by night. For upon all the glory shall be a defense. So he said, this is Mount Zion, talking about Israel, right? Zion is the word for Zion, and the Hebrew is Zion, which means a monument of remembrance. All right, so that's us. That's us, the people. It says, and there shall be a tabernacle for a shadow in the daytime from the heat, and from a place of refuge, and for a cover from storm and from rain. Because right now our people don't have that. They don't have a cover from storm and rain. Means times of tribulation and distress from the enemies, from the other nations. You know, a poverty, sickness, disease, all that shit. All right. So in that day, there shall be a tabernacle. The word tabernacle means house. All right, for a shadow in the daytime from the heat, from a place of refuge. If you don't have a house, if you ever been homeless, or you ever get, you don't have no covering, you don't have no defense, you don't have a place of refuge. The word refuge means to take cover, basically. All right, you're taking cover in ancient where you go to a cave or somewhere. You go to an inn. An inn is like a hotel or something like that. In order to, keep yourself dry, warm. You have some food. Because those are the basic necessities. Right. Nowadays you take it for granted, but in the ancient world that was a lot. So you're gonna our people gonna be covered by the Lord. Because right now they're not covered by the Lord. Because they done made the white man their refuge. They done made lies their refuge. They done made it says in Isaiah 30. So that they have made lies their refuge, man. They've hid themselves under falsehoods, man. It says Isaiah 30, verse 9, it says, this is rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Lord, which say to the seers, the word seer is another word for prophet, because the prophets have the eyesight to see. All right, so the word seer means prophet, because it says in Amos 3:7, it said, I will do nothing. It says, surely the Lord will do nothing, but he will reveal his secret unto his servants, the prophets. All right, so it says, see not unto the prophets, prophesy not unto his right things, speak unto his smooth things, prophesy deceits. Get you out of the way, meaning get this nigga. What the fuck is he talking about? He said, get you out of the way, turn aside out of the path, and cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us. Because they don't want nothing to do with the Holy One of Israel, which is talking about the Most High Yahweh and his son Yahweh Shai, because they come in the same. You can't have one without the other, all right? But it's talking about the Most High right here. It says, wherefore, thus saith the Holy One of Israel, whose name is Yahweh, not Yahushua or Yahweh or none of these different fucking names that you niggas try to put on our Lord. All right, it says, wherefore, thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this word and trust in oppression and perverseness and stay thereon. Therefore, this iniquity shall be unto you as a breach, ready to fall, swelling out in the high wall, whose breaking cometh forth suddenly at an instant. Yeah, because you niggas gonna be taken in an instant. All right, the scripture said that the Lord come as a thief in the night. All right, he's coming as a thief in the night when you least expect it. All right. So they're back in the word for order. All right. Because without order, there's nothing. All right. Without order, a society crumbles, the household crumbles, the nation crumbles. All right. The fucking company that you at is gonna crumble without any fucking order. If the employees are doing whatever the fuck they want, the business is not gonna run well. All right. There has to be a certain form of respect in terms of the manager, the owner, the employees. There's a hierarchy. Even in your job, there's a hierarchy. Now you may not like that hierarchy, but in this society, this is how it goes. No different than the kingdom of heaven. All right. You got the Most High Yahweh. You got Yahweh Shai. Then you got then you got King David. Then the rest of us, including the angels. Because actually, the angels, Michael, Uriel, Gabriel, all the angels, man, they're our brothers, man. So you know, we're we're basically on the same rank as they are. All right. But then King David's under Yanif Yahushai. and then you got the rest of the 144,000, the 1/3, and then you got the 2/3. The 2/3 are still Israel. They're underneath our people, but they're like the normal Israelites, like Yahushua's father when he came on the scene, Joseph. Joseph was just the Israelite, all right. Then you got the other nations, and underneath the other nations is Esau. He's the lowest of the low, all right. But right now he's the ruler of the earth, showing you the power of the Most High. He could come and take a damn cave beast and turn him into the ruler of the earth. Job 30:8 says that he's the base man. He was violating the earth. Now it says order, a system of parts subject to uniform established ranks or proportions. Um, from the notion of form or disposition of array, methodical or harmonious arrangement comes from the meaning fit or consistent coalition of parts. Yeah, so everything moves in order for the nation of Israel to be a well-oiled machine. There has to be order. It has to be fit, consistent coalition of parts. All right, meaning a rank in a secular community. Secular means of the world. When you see the word secular, it means of the world. All right. When they say secular studies and all that shit, it just means that it doesn't have nothing to do with the Bible. Like secular means outside of like a fucking college institution or something like that. Secular is of the world, the music industry, all that. That's what the word secular means. Sense of regular sequence, succession. The meaning command or directive. Military and honorary orders grew out of the fraternities of Crusader Knights. Blah blah. All right, so that's the point. All right, body of persons living under discipline, man. I don't really like using that word religion because but it says here a religious discipline, but we're living under the guy under the order and the guise of Yahweh Bashim Yashai. All right, position, estate, rule, regulation, religious order. All right, so that's that. So it says 1 Corinthians 14:40. It says, "Let all things be done decently and in order." All right, everything has to be done decently and in order. If not, it will be chaos, man. And let me go to the word chaos, because what's the opposite of order? Chaos. All right. It says noun chaos, gaping void, empty, immeasurable space. That's what chaos means. All right. Look at our people now. They're empty. They have a gaping void inside of their damn souls. They're running wild like fucking beasts, animals. You know, they have an immeasurable space in their fucking soul. It's just what it is. They go to bed. They're depressed. They can't look at themselves in the fucking mirror. That's why they're all on drugs. The number one people that are on drugs are our people. It's not the white man. It's not fucking the Indian. It's not the fucking. It's our people. They're on all kind of fucking pharmaceutical drugs because they don't know what's going on. And really their mind is gone. So they seek all these different things. That's why they have sex with so many different niggas. And that's why the men turn to homosexuals and all that shit. They're seeking some type of fucking excitement, fulfillment, and fulfillment. They want to be fulfilled. All right. Physically and spiritually, they want to be filled, but they're filled with the wrong shit. That's eventually going to kill you and destroy you. It says from Old French chaos, or directly from Latin chaos, abyss, that which gapes wide open, that which is vast and empty. So our people are vast and they're empty, man. All right. They don't have the Most High. They don't have the Most High inside of them. The other nations, they don't need the Most High because they're not of the Most High. All right. A so-called white man, Edomite, is not of the Lord. He's not. Elamite, he's not of the Lord. They're all wicked. They're all gone. Esau's the devil, and these other nations, they're not necessarily the devil because Esau's the devil, but they're just as bad as the white man. They're heathens. They're insignificant. All right, you niggas are you are the nation. You're insignificant, man. You're just created to be slaves. All right. Now it says whew, chaos, meaning utter confusion, is an extended sense from theological use of chaos. The void at the beginning of creation, the confused. Okay. This is bad right here. So the confused, formless, elementary state of the universe. All right. Our people are confused. They're formless, and they're an elementary state. What does the word elementary mean? It means the beginning, right? So let's say you got a son or a daughter, they're in elementary school. That means that their minds are being formed. All right, they're barely grasping on what it is to be a girl or a boy. In this society, they're teaching them that they can do whatever. They cross this, cross that. The trannies, they're all kind of shit. So they're that's nothing but chaos anyway, right? But that's what the word elementary means, beginning, because it comes from the word element, which is the basic building blocks of creation. Like this phone is built up of elements. Your body is built up of elements. The spirit is not built up of elements. It's a spirit, right? Like in your body, there's H2O, there's hydrogen, there's fucking all kind of things in your body, man. You know, zinc. These are elements that are the building blocks for what you know as the flesh. All right, blood. You know, fucking electrolytes, all that. The so-called white man, his science, the scripture say he's wiser than Daniel. Right? There's no secret that you could hide from him. And his studies, he didn't charted the periodic table. They made you learn this in school. You, you got you got all these different elements. Even gold. Gold is an element. You know, on this chart, whatever the fuck. You know. So all these things are elements. All these things that everything that you can touch that is built up of elements, man. All right. So that's what the word elementary goes back to. All right, the building blocks. Because you're going to school, you're being instructed. All right, you're getting your foundation. That's why they teach you to count 2 + 2. They teach you to read A B C D E F G. You know, all these different. You know, they teach you the basics, and then you go up elementary, then you go to middle school. You know, where then now they're giving you more more difficult things. You know, now you go to high school, then you go to so-called second post-secondary education, which is they call it you got your bachelor's degree, your associate, so-called 2 years. Then you got your master's, which is over the bachelor. You know, all right, 2 year associate's, 4 year bachelor, 8 years for a master's degree, 8 or 6 years. Then you got your doctorate, which is like 10. All right. So this is why people put PhD on the back of their because they want people to know that, oh, I went to school for 10 years and I'm an expert in my field. Because you got a PhD, that's why they pay you so much, because you have so much knowledge. Because you went all the way from the beginning, and now you're some type of expert in this in whatever field, doctor, lawyer, fucking whatever it is. All right. And these are the what I just mentioned about secular. That's secular. All right, that's of the world. All right. So it says the Greek word for disorder, chaos. So the Greek word for disorder, I can't even pronounce that, teraki. So, but the use of chaos was rooted in. This is a Greek poem called, because everything go back to the Greeks and the Romans. All right. It says Theogony, who described chaos as the primeval emptiness of the universe. All right. So chaos means the order. I'm jump down because this is all talking about Greek poetry and shit like that. All right. Showing you that these heathens, they know that chaos is wicked. All right. But they're so demonic that the Greeks were number Edomites. Originally, they were Japhetic people. But when you go to do the research, Esau stole what you call Greece today. You know, Esau stole Greece, and he also stole Rome. All right. So it says, who describes chaos as the primal emptiness of the universe, blah blah. So it says the meaning. I'm jump down. It says orderless confusion. If you want to define chaos in one word, it's orderless confusion. And human affairs from the 1600 chaos theory in the modern mathematical senses. So when you picture chaos, man, you know, all hell breaking loose, no order, no police, no guidance, no nothing. And that's basically our people, man. Our people are a nation destroyed for lack of knowledge. And the Most High Yahweh Shem Yahshua did that to us. All right. The white man, he helped forward the affliction, but he's not the ultimate judge, jury, executioner. He's just the whipping stick. He just does what he's told. All right. So yeah, you could hate the white man, but ultimately you got to hate yourself because well, not really, you know what I'm saying? Not hate yourself in the form of like, oh, you know, but you gotta understand that the white man is doing his job. He's the devil. He's the wicked. The scripture say he's the wicked. You know, he's the bloody man. He's the deceitful, bloody man. But if you would have did what you were supposed to do, the Most High would not have sent this white man after you. You know, but the Most High did it. You know, because you did not do what you were supposed to do. You were out of order. So now the Most High is going to show you. He's going to show you what the fuck is going to happen to you when you're out of order. I'm going to send the devil after you. He's going to put you in slavery, rip your woman, take your child from you. And I'm going to give him the fatness of the earth. And I'm going to make you his slave. Right? And this is what you are right now. You Negro, Latino Americans, you ain't nothing but the white man's slave. All right, America, because most Negro, Latino Americans are in America. All right. You got our people scattered everywhere, but the vast majority are here. So it says back in John 3:16, the word for order, it says ornament, decoration, ornament, the arrangement of the stars, the heavenly hosts as the ornaments of the heavens, the world, the universe, circle of the earth. But the word means the word is going to Israel, all right? An apt and harmonious arrangement, constitution, and government. All right. Because this is what the kingdom of heaven is all about: power and order of our people. All right? Our people going back to the state that they were supposed to be in. All right. This is why Scripture said they that whole need not a physician. But the Lord, this word, the Lord came back to be that physician to heal us. All right. And then you niggas have all this pride and talking all this shit about the Most High. The Most High is merciful unto you. All right. The Most High is merciful unto you. Yeah, he fucked you up. Just like a father got to fuck you up. Yeah, your father might tell you some shit that's mean. Yeah, it is mean. You think the Most High put us in slavery and that's not mean? That was mean. You seeing your woman get raped in front of you. That's mean. You getting beat. You're working in 120-degree temperatures, man. That's mean. But hey, the Most High did it. So when your father beat the fuck out you, that's mean, but it's necessary. It's necessary because without that, there's no order. The scripture says, "Spare not the rod from the child." All right, Sirach 30. All right, because if not, see, this is why there's so many fucking little gremlins running around because there's nobody there to beat their asses into order. It says Sirach 30:1. It says, "He that loveth his son causes him oft to feel the rod, that he may have joy of him in the end. And he that chastiseth his son, chastisement, meaning you reprimand him, you get on him, whether that be physical or verbal." Right? It says, "He that chastises his son shall have joy in him, and shall rejoice of him among his acquaintance." Even when I was a kid, I would be like, "Damn, why my dad is like this? Why he can't just leave me alone? Why he can't just?" And then you get old, then you like, "Oh shit," In this world, they'd be like, "Oh, you annoying. He's this. He's toxic masculinity." And I said, "Well, nigga, that's actual love, all right? Because if the nigga didn't give a shit about you, he just let you do whatever the fuck you want till you die, all right?" Now, certain dudes, certain fathers, they go overboard, you know. But You know, within reason. You know, the man really does have to. He does have to chastise you, man. Because if not, you're gonna end up being some game banging nigga, or you're gonna end up being a whore. All right, being some type of fucking degenerate. All right, it says, "He that teaches his son grieveth the enemy, and before his friends he shall rejoice of him." It says, "Though his father die, yet he is as if he were not dead, for he had left one behind him that is like unto himself. For while he lived, he saw and rejoiced in him, and when he died, he was not sorrowful. He left behind him an avenger against his enemies, and one that shall requite kindness to his friends." It says, verse 8, "A horse not broken becometh headstrong." You have to beat a horse in order for the horse to be to do what you want. All right. Same thing with a child. It says, "And a child left to himself will be willful." All right. This is why you need leadership. This is why you need guidance. Why you need. This is the importance of the reprimanding, man. Scripture say, "Rebuke them sharply, that they may be sound in the faith." And I say, hold back. You know, oh, you use politically correct words. Be a respected person. What it says, verse 9, it says, "Conquer thy child," meaning baby him, "and he shall make thee afraid. Play with him, and he will bring thee to heaviness." All right. "Laugh not with him, lest thou have sorrow with him, and lest thou gnash thy teeth in the end. Give him no liberty in his youth, and weak not at his follies." In this society, they'll be like, "Oh, well, if you too strict on her, man, she might end up being a hoe." Well, hey, that's on her. All right. But it's your job to give her no liberty, man, or give him no liberty. All right. That doesn't mean you overdo it, you know, but you have to do this. This is what the Lord commands you to do. This is the scriptures. This is not the white man. The white man didn't come up and put up no fucking brochure on how to be a father or how to be a mother. All right, because in his world, you're just supposed to talk to the little motherfucker until they understand. Because if you hit them, oh, that's child abuse. Well, maybe if you hit the fucker once in a while, you wouldn't have all these fucking little gremlins running around, tearing up the stores, disrespecting their mothers, killing their fathers, you know, fucking killing it. These niggas, they'll sit there and they'll kill their whole fucking family and kill themselves. Like, that's a damn solution, you know. Which technically, you know, all you, the less of you niggas that's walking around, the better, you know, because you ain't nothing but fucking problems and wastes of life, anyways. But um, the point is that all these overly emotional niggas that's walking around is because they was raised up by their mamas. You know, they were raised up by their mama, their grandmama, their auntie. You know, they was raised up by the system. They was raised up by the fucking the court system, or the jail system. The streets raised their asses, so they're overly emotional. You know. Stay home. Why don't I just be a fat ass? You know, because you know you just want to stay home and do nothing. But you need that. You need that. All right, you need that. It says, "Bow down his neck while he is young, and beat him on the sides while he is a child, lest he wax stubborn and be disobedient unto thee, and so bring thy sorrow to thine heart." Yeah, because then you sitting there like, why won't she live? Why won't the kid listen to me? Why won't they do this? Why won't they do that? Why won't these niggas listen to authority? Why they got a problem with authority? Why does the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American man, woman, and child have a problem with authority? Because when they was young, they was not put under the yoke. They was not put under you know what makes you, you know what makes you hard work. That's what makes you getting beat. That's what makes you. This is why these little white kids, they run around all disrespectful to their people because they just been given every fucking thing. Everything's just been handed to them. They know in this society that everything is just gonna be handed on to them. So of course they're gonna be proud and all kind of shit. They're gonna be all, they don't have any fucking type of moral fortitude, nothing. Because they wasn't beaten, they wasn't instructed the right way. This is why it says that it's gonna bring sorrow to your heart. Hey, because eventually you might end up seeing your kid dead some fucking way because you wasn't beating him on the sides. He waxed stubborn onto you, and they become disobedient onto you because you didn't train him up the right way. Him or her, you didn't train him up the right way. All right. And these especially in with our people, these single parent household, usually it's the mother that raised up the kid, might raise up the son or the daughter. Most of the time, they grow up and they grow up wrong. The mother's fucking who knows how many niggas. The kid is raising up. They don't have a father figure. They don't have the scriptures there. They don't have none of that. You know, so they end up they get raised by the society. They're raised up by a fucking drunk or some type of gang banging nigga. You know, which he wasn't raised up the right way. The woman wasn't raised up the right way. Can you imagine what the kid? The kid probably gonna be a lesbian or some type of transgender or some type of fucking weirdo. If this society continues, that's what your daughter, your son or your daughter is gonna be, a sodomite. All right, it's gonna be a fucking sodomite. And this is the curses that's on our people. Deuteronomy 20th chapter. What does it say? That the Lord shall smite you with blindness and astonishment of heart, madness, man. Your children gonna be rebellious unto you. All right. It says Deuteronomy 28:28 says the Lord shall smite thee with madness. The word smite means to smack. You smite somebody, you smack them, or hit. The Lord's going to hit you with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart. And thou shalt grope at noonday as the blind gropeth in darkness. And thou shalt not prosper in thy ways, and thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore, and no man shall save thee. All right. Nobody's going to come, and Martin Luther King's not going to come there and fucking, I have a dream and some bullshit. He's going to save you. Look at what the fuck happened to him. Dead. Marcus Garvey, dead. All these other niggas, all of them dead. All of them came with some type of black ideology, power ideology. We're black, we're Africans, and they all end up dead, and their whole movement dead. All right, gone, because it's not of the Lord. It's of men. The Lord said, "No man is going to save you." When you see us teaching out there, it's not of men. It's not of us. It's of the Lord. All right. This is why the scriptures say, "If this work be of the Most High, if this work be of men, it shall come to naught." Right. But if it be of the Most High, it shall, it shall prosper. Matter of fact, it says if this word, let's find it real quick. It says Acts chapter 5 and verse 38. It says and now I say unto you, refrain from these men and let them alone. For if this counsel or this work be of men, it will come to naught. But if it be of the Most offense onto you because you didn't chastise him and you didn't hold him to labor. Yeah, you gotta be hard on you gotta be hard on them so they can understand, so they can be trained just like that horse. You can't be fucking soft and kind to the horse. The horse is gonna kick you right in your shit. You ever seen a horse getting broken in? When you're trying to break in the horse will kick you right in your shit and kill you. All right, same thing with these fucking kids. All right, most of them ain't good for that fucking thing. All right, because they haven't been chastised, held to labor, and now their lewd behavior becomes an offense onto you. Now they're running around and they're causing you to be a damn. They're looking at you like, what the fuck is wrong with you? All right. So this is also this is going into something else, but that's basically the point with order. All right, that's the point with order, man. All right, and that comes from childhood, man. All right, because you got to start young. You got to start off young. It's harder to get something when you're old. When you're old and you're setting your ways and all this shit. This is why you niggas that come, you old niggas that you fit 75 years old, you ain't gonna come into this faith, man. You're not gonna come into this word. You're an old bottle. You're on your deathbed. This is why the scripture says, "Seek the Lord in the days of your youth, or the evil days draw not nigh," man. You know, because you're supposed to be seeking this thing when you're young, when you're still in your strength. All right, Ecclesiastes 12 and 1, it says, "Remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth." Remember your creator in the days of your youth, not when you're fucking 60 some 70, you already croaking. You about to die. All right. It says, remember now the creators in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not. The evil days have not come yet. You know, we're in a time of evil and you know, a tough time right now, but the evil days have not come yet. All right. You're still able to go to the store, you're still able to work your job, you're still able to, you know, do the things that you do like you did before. Yeah, things are getting to that point now, right? This is the time when you're supposed to remember your creator, not when not when fucking the martial law troop is at your fucking door. Now you want to call on the Lord. Now you want to get right. Now you want to get in some type of order and ask the Lord for forgiveness. It don't work that way. The Lord has given you ample time. He sent out his messengers. He sent out this word, and you turned your back on it. So now what? Now you're gonna get what you get, like a stubborn and rebellious kid. You know. It says, "Wow," because you're the Lord's people, right? You're the Lord's children. So the Lord's gonna have to spank your ass, and this way is gonna come by fire. All right. It says, "While the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them, while the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain, and the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grandeur cease." Yeah, ain't gonna be no more work. Isaiah 19. The script says there's gonna be no work for Egypt, man. Isaiah 19. So the grinding is gonna cease, man. We just saw that during the pandemic. People out of work, people this and that, laid off. This is why the government had to give you some type of benefits and shit. All right, so you could go to the store and give PPP loans, and niggas was taking advantage of it because they're finesses and scammers. The scripts say that our people are supplanters. That's what the word Jacob means. The word Jacob means to supplant. How do you think we took the birthright from Esau? We supplanted it. We supplanted the birthright from him. All right. Our people are a number of finesses, man, schemers. All right. The word Jacob literally means to supplant. So we're supplanters, man. All right. It says supplant, to trip, to overthrow, to defeat, to dispossess. So we dispossessed Esau's blessing from him. This is why he hates us so much. He wants his shit back. But it's too late. It says to overthrow, trip up, overthrow, just drive out, usurp. Like, I rented a car the other day, right? And the nigga said I did some damage to him. He's trying to supplant me. You see? You mad at but that nigga's he's an Israelite. This is what they do. They're trying to supplant you. This is why you gotta be on your P's and Q's with these niggas, because if you don't, they're gonna try to do you one in. All right, because it's in their nature to do so. It says to trip, overthrow. So now the nigga want me to pay a whole bunch of money for some shit I didn't do. right? But that's him trying to come up off of you. So we came up off of Esau and took his blessing from him, all right? But it was lawfully done. Technically, through spirit, we didn't do nothing wrong. We just fucking got him by guile, if you will, man. All right. So it says, meaning to replace one thing with another. All right. He beguiled. In Hebrew, it says he beguiled. All right. So yeah, that's that. So yeah, the kingdom of heaven is being established with order, man. So now you see what disorder brings: death, plagues, diseases, suffering. All right. Because when the kingdom is out of order, it's nothing but suffering. All right. And look at our people. We're not even a fucking nation right now. All scattered all over the place, just gone. You know, that's a curse. Hey, but the Most High did it. The Most High did it, man. The Most High did it. And he did it to show you a lesson. All right. Daniel 7:26 says, but the judgment shall sit, and they shall take away his dominion to consume and destroy it unto the end. And the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High. The saints of the Most High are talking about Israel. When you see saints, it means Israel, all right? No other nation could be saints, all right? Because they're not holy, all right? Whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, meaning no end. Esau's kingdom is finite, meaning it has a time and it's a beginning and an end. There's an end to his shit. It's not going to go on forever. It says, and all dominions shall serve and obey him. Hitherto is the end of the matter. As for me, Daniel, my cognitions much troubled me and my countenance changed me, but I kept the matter in my heart. So our kingdom is going to go on forever, man. Because the kingdom divided against itself can't stand. Mark 3:24. That says, if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. All right. This American so-called government is divided against itself. You got Democrats against the Republicans. You got fucking the white people against the black people. You got Trump versus Biden. You got all these different. They did. One of them believes one thing, the other believes another. All right. One of them believes in gay rights, the other doesn't. You know, the scripture says we shall all speak the same thing. This is why we don't get together with all you fucking niggas, because you don't believe in this word. You believe in you believe the MOTB is something else than what it is. You believe that you know, that the woman's on the same level as you, and that, you know, she's a goddess and she should rule over you. You know, you believe that fucking you believe that there's no God. You believe, yeah, there's all kind of shit, man. You believe it's okay to bring guns to camp. That, you know, it's okay to pop your woman on Sabbath. It's okay to do all these kind of different things. So how the hell could we get together with you? Scripture says we shall all speak the same thing. All right. So if you're speaking different, that's disorder. All right. You can't have an army and some of them believe and some of them don't. You're gonna fucking lose. All right. You have an army, because this is the Most High's army being built up. You go in a battle, you about to risk your fucking life, and the nigga's not rank and file with you. His shield is not high like your shield is. You can't be on the front line with a nigga like that. Now I was watching the Lord of the Rings, man. You know, it's good. It's good to watch these kind of movies, man. Put you in the spirit. You know, when you watch the movie 300, man, there was this fat little gremlin. They couldn't even hold his shield up the right way, and he wanted to be part of the phalanx, man, the line of the 300. And Leonidas told him, nah, man, I can't have you here, because you're gonna fuck up the rotation. You're gonna mess up what I got going on. The line has to be held. If not, it's gonna crumble. Every line, every man has to hold the line strong, so that the whole doesn't crumble. The whole army doesn't fall apart. The line doesn't, because they're gonna come raging at you. You know, when you watch the movie, you know, they had the shield wall. You know, and the guy couldn't hold the shield wall, so he had no business being in the battlefield. Right, showing you order in the military, and that in the military is order, and this truth is order, and this whole world is gonna be put back into order. All right, So you should begin now. You should begin now to keep these laws, statutes, commandments, to get back in order, men, women, children. You know, because you can't run away from this. You know, you could try to run away and be like, oh, whatever, blah blah blah, but you can't run away from this. This is gonna come to a city near you. This is the whole world is gonna come up under this order of the scriptures of Yahweh Bashem Yahshai. So you can't run away from it. You can't act like, oh well, you know that's in the future. No, nigga, this is now. This is now. All right. It says Psalms 145 and verse 11. It says, "They shall speak of the glory of thy kingdom and the talk of thy power, to make known to the sons of men his mighty acts and the glorious majesty of his kingdom. Thy kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and thy dominion endureth throughout all generations. The Lord upholdeth all that fall, and raises up all those that be bowed down. The eyes of all that wait upon thee, and thou givest them their meat in due season." So we're gonna get our meat in due season, man. We're gonna get our meat in due season, man, because we're waiting upon the Lord, and that's order, by the way. You waiting upon the Lord, that's you being in order. All right, because if you was disorderly, you would be like one of these niggas in the world. All right, looting up the stores, taking up matters into your own hand. The scripture say, if this kingdom was of if this was my kingdom, my servants would fight, right? Because this is not the Lord's kingdom. Yeah, this is not the Lord's kingdom. This is fucking Satan's kingdom, the white man's kingdom. All right, Daniel chapter 4. Because the word kingdom means the domicile of kings, right? It says Daniel chapter 4 and 3. It says, "How great are his signs, and how mighty are his wonders. His kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and his dominion is from generation to generation." All right. The Lord is in control of all things. So he's gonna place one over one that's profitable, man. You know? Which is Yahushua and the rest of the Israelite men. All right. It says Matthew chapter 3 and verse 1, it says, "And in those days John the Baptist came preaching in the wilderness of Judea and saying, Repent ye, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. But this is he that was spoken by the prophet Isaiah, saying, The voice of one crying in the wilderness, Prepare ye the way of the Lord, and make his path straight." The Lord said, Repent, man, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Meaning order is coming back on the planet Earth. All right. When the Lord comes back, it's be order. And if you out of order, the Lord's gonna kill you, man. The Lord's gonna wipe your ass out. There's no room for, oh well, Lord. No, the kingdom of heaven is gonna be a dictatorship. What does the word dictatorship mean? All right. It's not gonna be a democracy. Because in this society is a fucking disorder because it's the democracy. Democracy ain't nothing but poison. Everybody has an opinion. Everybody can vote. You know, you got everybody so-called voting who they want to be the next leader. You know, shit is completely fucking out of order. The damn democracy. What the fuck is a democracy, huh? That's the white man shit. Which, anyways, that's false. Anyways, because all your votes don't really count any fucking way. The elites behind the scenes, they already know who's gonna be the next president. All right, because they already handpick them. You know, so your votes don't matter. Anyways, it says dictator, Roman chief magistrate with absolute authority. All right, Yahushua, the elect, they're gonna have absolute authority over our nation, over the world. But it's gonna be done in righteousness, man. All right, according to the law, statute, commandments, we're gonna have absolute authority over our people. There's not gonna be no motherfucker talking back. Oh nigga, who are you? If you talking back in that day, your ass gonna get smoked. All right, there's gonna be no time for you going back and forth. Nigga, get right. The nigga ain't right. He's gonna die. Nobody's gonna be talking back and talking all this shit. Oh, this and that. No. That's a thing of the past. That only happens because we're in America and slavery under the curses. You know, that's a dictatorship, absolute authority. It says to say, to speak, to judge, invested with absolute power. See? Absolute ruler, person possessing unlimited powers of government and authority. For one who has absolute power authority. See? So the Lord Yahushua is going to come to set up his dictatorship on the planet Earth. And you other fucking nations are going to have nothing to say about it. Oh, we don't like this. We're going to go to the UN and we're going to protest. We're going to protest. All this bullshit. Fucking protest. That's in America. In America, you have a protest for any fucking thing. Oh, we don't like abortion. That you didn't allow us to kill our children. So now we're gonna protest you. That's in America. That's because the white man, his society's all fucking out of order. Because his laws he set up, he allows all these people to have all kind of opinions and shit. He allows them to say this and that. Oh, we're going out. No. If you allow all these, this is why this world is all out of order. You allow all these fucking clowns to have a damn opinion. They're not meant to rule nothing. They're unqualified to rule anything. You asking all these people for their fucking opinion and what they think. They're gonna run you into the ground. This is why the Lord has a governing body of righteous men ruling his kingdom. Starting with him, because he's the one that has the ultimate say so. The Lord said he made him King of Kings, Lord of Lords. Right? So we're kings too. Right? We're lords too, but he's the ultimate Lord. And this is what you gotta understand. You know, you come in, so you gotta come out that Western mentality. The mentality of the West, the ways that you've been taught in this society has basically been poison. It's basically been fucking nothing but poison and death. Because the white man's not in the business of teaching you nothing that's going to help you. The only thing that he teaches you is things that's going to fill his pocket. That's why you go to school and you learn how to be a dancing monkey. That's what you do. You go to school to learn how to be a dancing monkey. All right? You go to school to learn how to make him more money. All right? You're not taught how to balance a checkbook, how to be an entrepreneur, how to fucking get your business off the ground. No, you're taught how to be an employee, and you're taught very little about your own history. You're not taught who you are. You're not taught the scriptures. You're not taught nothing, none of that. You're taught the white man's curriculum. All right. Let's get the word for curriculum, right? Curriculum. I can't even spell. A curriculum, a course, especially a fixed study at college, university, or school. Fixed study, and who's the one that's putting together the curriculum? The white man. So he's going to teach you things that's going to benefit him. All right. This is why you go and you study a specialized field to go and apply to go work at a job for him. They don't teach you how to be a damn CEO for yourself, how to do things. You got to find out your own way. Now you got social media where people are starting their own business, shit like that. But that's a thing that's a new thing. That has not always been the case. All right, it says running a course, career. That's the curriculum, man. The curriculum, basically what we want from here is the fixed course of study at a college, university. All right. It's fixed. By who? The white man. All right. But in our case, the curriculum is these scriptures. This is the program of Yahweh B'Shem Yahshua, right? You go to SNHU or you go to UNLV, any of these universities, man, and they have a curriculum based on what you want to study. So you want to study business management. They're going to teach you how a business works, tax, accounting, right? They're going to show you how to balance the company's books, how to make it tax how to make it text ready. You know, they don't teach you how to own a corporation yourself and and the things that's going to come with it. No, you're going to have to find that knowledge out on your own if you want to acquire that. But anywho, you know, this is how the society is run. All right, this is how the society is run. All right. But yeah. Um, yeah, let me get this. Psalms 119. Psalms 119 and verse I'm start at verse 130. It says, the interest of thy words giveth light, which is knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. It says, it giveth understanding unto the simple. You see, the words of the Most High give understanding unto the simple, man. Because I opened my mouth and panted, for I longed for thy commandments. Look upon me and be merciful unto me, as thou used to do unto those that love thy name. Order my steps in thy word. See, your steps have to be ordered in the words of the Most High and His Son, for you, in order for you to prosper. You see, because our people did not have did not have the Lord's words, so they slipped. See, so it says Psalms 119, 130. Order my steps in thy word, and let not any iniquity have dominion over me. Our people, they have iniquity having dominion over them. All right, what does the word iniquity mean? In a short definition, it means in a short definition, it means evil. But I just want to get the whole definition. It says iniquity, hostility, malevolence, which is evil, right? Iniquity, a hostile action, wickedness, unfavorable situation. Our people are in an unfavorable situation, right? Is it unjust, unequal, slanting, sleep, all right? Iniquity, unequal. Scripture say in Proverbs 1 and 11 and 1 that a false balance is an abomination unto the Lord. All right. So iniquity is a false balance, man. Evil, wickedness. That's iniquity. So it says, order my steps in thy word, and let not iniquity have dominion over me. See, when you're not in the word, iniquity is going to have dominion over you, because now the flesh is going to take over you. All right. Now the spiritual demon Satan is going to be all over you. All right. Now the fucking this world is going to consume you. Your own wickedness is going to consume you. All right, because you're not ordering your steps in the word of the Most High. So deliver me from the oppression of man, so will I keep thy precepts. The word precept means a commandment. All right, so all these scriptures are commandments. All right, of the Most High. It says, make thy face to shine upon thy servant, and teach me thy statutes. And rivers of water run down my eyes, because they kept not thy law. Because they kept not thy law. Righteous art thou, O Lord, and upright are thy judgments. The judgments of the Most High are upright. So when the Most High puts somebody to death, that's upright. When the Most High jacks you up, that's upright, because He's trying to refine you. Hey, none of us are above refinement. Shit, I got refined. Brothers got refined. Everybody get refined. When you get when the Most High chin checks your ass, that's because He's trying to show you something. He might take something from you that you like. He might fucking he might put you in a situation where you're like, what the fuck? But that's the Lord showing you. It says, thy testimonies, verse 138, thy testimonies that thou hast commanded are righteous and very faithful. My zeal have consumed me, because my enemies have forgotten thy words. Right. So if you've forgotten the words of the Lord, you are an enemy. It says, thy word is very pure, therefore thy servant loveth it. And I am small and despised, yet I do not forget thy precepts. Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth. Yeah, so when you read the law where it says you put a homosexual to death, that's truth. In this world, yeah, wicked. That's hate. That's hate, brother. Well, you're an abomination. All right. The scripture say, he that justified the wicked is an abomination to the Most High. All right. You're an abomination, man. All right. So the law is truth. So if you go against the law, that means there's no truth inside of you. What is it? Isaiah 8 and 20 say. It say, if they speak not according to this word, that means there's no knowledge in them. All right. You're speaking against the law of the Most High. That means that you're a fool, because the law of the Most High is really what governs the heavens and the earth. All right, this is why the fucking earth is all out of course, because the law of the Most High is not the one that's ruling this place. The fucking Constitution of the United States is ruling. All right, the international monetary law, what they call maritime law, that's what's ruling the earth, which was set up by the elite bankers, by the way. And this is why you got to know your history. This is why you got to know the. This is why you got to know current events. This is why you got to know the scriptures. This is why. But the Spirit of the Lord has given us all this. All right, we didn't go to no fucking institution or university to learn this. They're not going to teach you that. Like I said before, their curriculum is based on keeping you a monkey. All right, you could go in there. They're going to smile at you. They're going to say, "Hey, welcome. Welcome." They're going to give you a fucking dorm room. They're going to have all kind of white bitches and all kind of different nations around you, parties, all kind of shit. But you're in there to become a fool. What does the word sophomore mean? It means second year wise fool. All right, you got freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, right? Sophomore means second year wise fool. So you ain't nothing but a dumbass. You go to school to become a big ass dumbass. All right. You think you think you're going in there to learn all this. Yeah, you're learning something, but you're learning, like I said before, to become a dancing monkey for some corporation. Until you work, and then you die. And then you pass on whatever you have to your kids. They work, they follow the same cycle, die. And who's benefiting? The white man. And whoever owns your corporation. All right. Isaiah 8 and 20, it says, to the law and to the testimony. If they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them. Right, which the word light goes into truth, understanding. There's no law, there's no light in you if you speak not according to this word, which is the whole volume of the book. It says Psalms 40 and 7. The Lord said, I come in the volume of the book is written of me. All right. I come in the volume of the book, Psalm 40 and verse 7. It says, then said I, lo, I come in the volume of the book. It is written of me. This is the Lord speaking. He said it comes in the volume of the book. So the Lord's words are him himself. All right. This is the Lord. When you read the word, you're reading Yahushua. All right. This is his spirit in the book. This is why when these dumb fuckers, they'll be like, oh, the white man's book. It couldn't possibly be the white man's book because the white man could not put this together. All right. It says, I delight to do thy will, O Most High. Yea, thy law is within my heart. And I have preached righteousness in the congregation, in a great congregation. And lo, I will not refrain my lips, O Lord, thou knowest. I have not hid thy righteousness within my heart. I have declared thy faithfulness and thy salvation. And I have not concealed thy loving kindness and thy truth from the great congregation. It says, withhold not thy tender mercies from me, O Lord, and let thy loving kindness and thy truth continually preserve me. Yeah, the truth is going to continually preserve you. Not a fucking diploma or a damn, or a 401k or a trust fund or, all those things be done away with. And then what are you left with? You see that with these people in the world. They lose all their money. What do? They fucking kill themselves. Because the money's not what makes you. All right? The money's not what makes you. Money can be gotten. Money can be lost. All right? Matter of fact, the money in this world is not even money because real money is gold and silver. All right? For anybody that knows any fucking thing, real money is gold and silver because that's actual tangible wealth that you could buy, sell. Going back to the word element I talked about earlier, those are actual elements of the earth, building blocks. A fucking Federal Reserve note, that's what the FRN is. We pull out a $1 bill, $5 bill, $10 bill, 20, 100. Back in the day, they still have $50 bills. Back in the day, they had a $1,000 bill too. Now they don't have that. But anyways, that's not real money. That's just a IOU, right? Just a debt-bearing note. When you read it, it says debt-bearing note. It has all kind of Illuminati symbols on it. The fucking pyramid with the all-seeing eye. It says Novus Ordo Seclorum on the top of it, and it says Annuus Coeptus, which Novus Ordo Seclorum means New World Order, and Nuit Coeptus means he has smiled on our enterprise, basically. All demonic sayings, right? Those things are not real money. All right, because before all that shit, what did we use? Gold and silver. Always, we always use gold and silver. All right, that's from the beginning of time. There's always been gold and silver. All right, different, copper too, whatever. But the main thing is gold and silver. Gold is the most valuable, then silver, then copper. That's why you get the medals when you go to the Olympics. They give you gold, they give you silver. They don't give you a fucking FRN note. That goes back to the Greeks. All right, the first Olympic competition that they had. All right. Anywho, um, this that we use today is not even FRN. So you killing yourself for something that's not even real. It's just a number on the screen. If you understand anything about how the banking system works, this society is built off debt basis. This is a debt based society, and it's also run through fractional reserve banking and money printing. All right, fractional reserve banking. When you go to the bank, you have a bank account. Let's say you got $1,000 in there, hypothetically speaking. If you have $1,000, the bank only has to keep 100 on reserves. The other 100, the other 900, you can look this up. They the other 900 they loan it out to other people and make money off of it. All right, but the Federal Reserve prints these things. It doesn't actually do it on a money printer. It does it on a computer screen. All right, so they'll when the government needs money, these things are printed and given to the by the Federal Reserve, which is the Federal Reserve. That's a whole nother lesson because the Federal Reserve is not even a federal. It's not even owned by the government. It's owned by the elites, which the elites own the government. But anywho, there's Federal Reserve. There's 12 Federal Reserve branches. One of them is here in Boston. The main one's in New York. They're all over the country, right? But we actually teach close to one of them, and nobody goes in and out. It's a big ass building. It's fucking barricaded around. You're like, what the fuck? This is in the middle of the city, and there's like fucking NATO barricades on it because that's where the real magic happens. All right, they go in there. They got these treasury bonds, these fucking government people. They got the treasury bonds, and the government, the Federal Reserve will buy a fucking treasury bond or whatever. They'll say, oh, it's worth $1 billion, and they'll give them $1 billion, and that money's now newly created in a system that wasn't there before. Same thing with debt. That's what I say is a debt-based society. You go, and this is on a smaller scale. You have $1,000, right? They only have to keep 100 in reserve, right? This is why when people have runs on the banks and they want all their cash, the bank cannot give it to you because they don't even have it. What they have is some called fractional reserve banking, where they go and they'll loan your money out. This is why the government. This is why the banks have so much loans, and they'll say, oh, 2-3% or 5% for a loan. They'll give you 50,000, 100,000, 250,000, and then what I'm saying, depending on your credit worthiness, they may or may not give it to you. But you think, oh, well, they're just giving me money. That money they pulled it out from other people's accounts, blah blah. All right, that's free money for them to give to you that you have to pay them back with interest, and that's usury. All right, so now you didn't took out this loan. Now you got to pay them back, and it's in the terms, right? They say 15%, 20%, 5%, 2%, whatever percentage that they deem that you're worthy of. All right, because according to the FDIC laws, there's certain regulations they got to go through. So you're helping them multiply their money. The government's helping them multiply their money, and it's all a scheme that comes full circle that ultimately helps the white man. But you're in such a low position that you don't care whether or not it helps who it helps, right? But that's how the banking system works. All right, it's a debt-based society. This is why you need a credit score. All right, this is why you take out loans when you go to the university. All right, this is why you take out loans for a car, take out a loan for a house. Nobody pays cash for a house unless you're filthy rich. All right, and if you want to go even deeper, all these corporations, all these banks, and all that, all of it is slave money. All right, all of it comes from slavery. All of it comes from slavery. Not to get detached from the scriptures, because it all ties in with the scriptures, but it all goes back to slave money, man. All right. Because if you have a 350-year head start on the Negro Latino American, is no comparison. You come out the womb in debt. Them niggas they come out the womb with a trust fund, with a 401k, with a fucking beach house, with a company, with a whole company, an insurance company, a fucking whatever kind of company their fathers had. All right, they have generational wealth off of the backs of your people, and you go and serve in their military. You go and become a police officer for them. You go and you happily go and die for them in their wars. You see how fucked up our people are. All right, these are the same individuals that put you in slavery, that raped your women, that took your children from you, that have you in a position that you're in, living in the fucking slums. Those are our people. They live in the slums, most of them. And the ones that got out, they're very lucky, and they use their talent or whatever, or they sold out, they bend over, whatever, to get out of the situation that they're in. Or they'll go to one of these schools, take out a loan, give these people more money, right? Some of our people are special; they get scholarships, whatever. But the point is that all these things that Jake do is none of it is for their own benefit. Somewhat, some of it is for their benefit, but most of it is to further the white man's kingdom. All right, this is the reality of the situation. This is why we're not looking to this kingdom to be our end all and be all, man. That's what it means to be woken up, to be woke. You have to understand everything according to the scriptures. These niggas, they think they're woke just because they read a fucking book that tells them that the Africans are not black people. You're woke because you know that the white man hates blacks. That's not being woke. You're in a BLM and you think you're woke. You don't know the first thing about what's going on. You ask their nationality, they're, oh, I'm black. You're not woke. All right. Psalms 2 Samuel chapter 7 and verse 16 says, "And thy house and thy kingdom shall be established forever before thee. Thy throne shall be established forever. According to all these words and according to this vision, so did Nathan speak unto David." All right, so the throne of David is going to be established, man, on the planet Earth. And there's not going to be no fucking usury. It's not going to be off it's not going to be off ill-gotten gains, man. It's going to be set up in righteousness, man, where it's going to be perfect order. There's not going to be this whole bullshit about who's the next ruler. I was watching the new Game of Thrones, and the person dies, and there's all kind of disorder. It's not going to be that way, man. All right, Deuteronomy 23. Deuteronomy 23 and 19 says, "Thou shalt not lend upon usury to thy brother." See, this is what this white man does. We're supposed to be his. We are technically we're brothers, but he's an evil twin. All right. So according to him, we're supposed to love everybody, right? You love your brother, but he's not our brother. He's a fucking evil twin. He was rejected. All right. So this is the law. The law says what? To love your neighbor as yourself. This white man, he claims he's a Christian, and he loves, and he's the God of the earth and all this, and God loves everybody. But the law, he doesn't keep the laws. And if you ask him about the laws, the laws are done away with. Deuteronomy 23 and 19 says, "Thou shalt not lend upon usury to thy brother. Usury of money, usury of victuals, usury of anything that is lent upon usury." Meaning, if I give you something, I can't charge you interest. All right, let's say I give you $100, and I say, "Oh, well, you got to pay me back in a week, but you got to give me $150." That's usury. This is what the white man does, right? You take out a loan, and he's charging you a percentage for it. All right, the government does it to their own people. Like I said, this is why I described the IOUs. This is why I described the Federal Reserve, how the Federal Reserve works. All right, because they do that to their own people. They do that to you. They don't give a shit. They just want to multiply their money, and that's how you do it. You give out loans. The scripture say the lender, the borrower is subject to the lender, man. You're borrowing money, you got to pay them back. If not, your credit score will be affected, which means you can't get an apartment, can't get a house, can't get a fucking car, you can't get a loan. Another loan, your credit card will go down. You know, this is done by design. All right. This is why you got to go to university, so-called, they call it the uni in England, but you got to go to a college, university, so you could get a degree, so you could go work, so you can establish your record. This is why you got to go every time you apply to a job, you got to get a resume. They want to see what you've been doing. They want to see how long you've been doing it, and they want to know that. This is why they ask you that, before everything is a fucking resume. When you go get an apartment, get a house, go get everything, they want to know that you're a outstanding member of society and you're not gonna fuck up their property. You're not gonna do no fucked up shit. You know, this is why they need the paperwork on you. All right, that's usury. All right, it says, unto a stranger thou mayest lend upon usury, but unto thy brother thou shalt not lend upon usury. Unto a stranger, meaning you other nations, we could use usury on you. We could use it on you. All right, if you a Moabite, a Elamite, uh, a fucking East Indian, if you are, we could use usury on you. But onto our brothers, we can't do that. A fellow Israelite, you don't do that. All right. It says, but unto thy brother thou shalt not lend upon usury, that the Lord thy God may bless thee and all that thou settest thy hand to do in the land whither thou goest to possess it. So you're not supposed to be doing that to each other. But Esau, he claims we're his brother and we're the same people. Everybody's equal. But the laws he don't keep. Showing you he's all out of order and he's a devil, he's a demon. And you niggas, you want to follow, this is the guy you want to follow? This demon? Every single fucking day, he's making money off of you. He's living good off of you. Yeah, he doesn't have you in shackles and chains anymore, but he got you. He got you in a new form of slavery, debt slavery. This is why, like I said before, you have to, when you're born, you get a social security number. You get a social security number identify you. You get a social security number. You get a birth certificate. That's a binding agreement with you and the government, meaning now you're property of the state. This is why when you kill somebody, you got to go to jail because you're taking money out of the elite's pockets. Every single person on this planet Earth is money for the elite bankers. You come out the womb, they give you this is James Smith, security number 1234567. This is his number. And when they know that when that person gets a certain age, they're gonna put money in their pocket. If you kill that person, that's money out of their pocket. Now, this is why they say you got to pay your debt to society. You're not paying your debt to society. You're paying your debt to the elites. All right. That's tax money that's one less person they can tax. That's one less person they can put in jail, which is more labor, free money, subsidies, all kind of shit that they get off of all you niggas. This is why they want all these people to come to America. You know, this is why they open up the borders. Oh, yeah. That's why they allow the Chinese to come here. They allow the fucking they allow the Elamites to come here. They allow the Arabs to come here. They don't have a problem with that because they know that's more money for them. Now you can establish relationships with your government and their government. You know, they come here. They have kids. Now they're U.S. citizens. Now it's a whole scheme. But you niggas, you think on a low level. You think because you got a rap deal, you got some money. Now you're in power. You're not in power, man. You're not in power. You don't have a ruling class mentality, and you don't know the first thing about running a fucking country or a government. This is why the Lord's gonna wipe you niggas out because you're useless. All right, you think like a fucking nigga. All right, you think because you got some holes in the video that you got some type of power. That's a low level. That's how low this white man has turned you. All right, go read the Willie Lynch letter, man. This is systematic oppression. All right. It says Proverbs 24, and I'm probably close it out. Damn, I've been around for an hour and a half. That's the spirit. Proverbs 21 and verse 1, it says, be thou not envious against evil men, neither desire to be with them. Yeah, man, fuck this society and fuck them. All right, just Jake get envious. They want to be like the white man. This is why they get the blonde hair. Shit, I had blonde hair when I was like 17, 18. being a dumbass, because you see other people do the shit. It doesn't look that bad, whatever. It's gonna get you hoes, but it's just you're trying to be like your oppressor, man. You're trying to be like your fucking oppressor. You trying to dress like him, talk like him, be like that because you're envious. You want to be like him. You want to have what he has. All right, but we're gonna have more than what this fucking devil has. We're gonna have the planets. We're gonna have this planet, other planets. We're gonna have the real riches, land. All right, because land, that's true riches. Gold, silver, power, actual power, man. Unlike this fucking devil, he's in power, but he doesn't have the control of all the elements. He doesn't have, what I'm saying. He can't leave this earth. He can't live forever. We're gonna be able to live forever, man. As the Lord told us, we're gonna have an everlasting life, man. Fucking devil. Look how many heart transplants this nigga John was it John D. Rockefeller? How many this nigga had? Like 8 heart transplants, and the nigga still end up dead. Cause these devils ain't nothing but mortals, man. Hey, shalom, bro. My brother, the mad scientist. Hey, shalom, like. Says, be thou not envious against evil men, neither desire to be with them, for their heart study of destruction. You see, their it says their heart study of destruction, man. The scripture said that this devil devises mischief. When you read Psalms 58:3, it says the wicked are estranged as soon as they be born. They go forth speaking lies. As as soon as this devil would come out the womb, he's speaking lies. And when he gets older, he's gonna go and be a demon. All right. This is why the scripture say we're gonna dash your children against the stone, man. They're just fucking evil from the birth. It says for their heart study of destruction, and their lips talks of mischief. There's not one upright bone in his body. All right. Everything in this fucking devil's mind and his spirit is nothing but death, destruction, how to oppress you Negro Latino Americans, how to make shit worse. All right. How to his only fucking agenda is to push this new world order. Everything you watch on TV, all these things are nothing but distractions, new world order agenda propaganda, or confusion to keep you a dancing monkey, keep you like a fucking dumb dog. All right. At KDC3 it says Sirach 12:16 says the enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagines how to overthrow thee into a pit, and he will weep with his eyes. But if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. This devil is not satisfied with blood, man. He already got you niggas in slavery. He already got you your women. He got your children. He got everything, but he's not satisfied with that. It says, get the water. Sirach 19:26 says, "There's a wicked man that hangeth down his head sadly, but inwardly he is full of deceit." Yeah, the scripture say he's full with his bones are filled with the sin of his youth. All right. It says, casting down his countenance, making as if he heard not, where he is not known, he will do thee a mischief before thou be aware. That's right. You niggas went up there, you lined up, you went up there to take that jab, man. That's mischief before you know it, before you're aware of it. You go up there to your job, you go up there, try to keep your livelihood and shit like that, which is a noble thing. But this nigga, he deceived you. Oh, go ahead and take it. Go ahead and take it. Now you don't need it. Now he's telling you don't even need it to go work, showing you how much of a devil he is, and how many people drop dead from that, and how many more people are going to drop dead in the near future, man, from all that shit. It says, and if for want of power he be hindered from sinning, yet when he find the opportunity, he will do evil. Right. Right. Hey, the water for putting that up. The Job 20:12 says, though wickedness be sweet in his mouth. See, wickedness is sweet in this devil's mouth, man. Though he hide it under his tongue, his bones are full of the sin of his youth, which shall lie down with him in the dust. Right. The devil cannot change, man. All right. Scripture say, who can make a clean thing out of an unclean thing? All right. He's an unclean man. He's just outside the temple. He's outside of the Lord's sanctuary. Let's say Hebrews 12:16. It says that he's a fornicator and perverse. He's a perverse man, and he's outside the Lord's temple. Though he seek it with tears, he's rejected, man. So like I didn't mean to butcher it, but that's how it goes. Matter of fact, I'm just grab it real quick. Hebrews 12:16 says, lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. There you go. You know, he's a fornicator and he's profane. You know, from one morsel of meat sold his birthright. Like I said, Proverbs 24:3 says, through wisdom is a house established, but by understanding, so like through wisdom is a house builded, and by understanding it is established. See, this devil has no understanding, man. This is why his house is going to come crumbling down. It says, by knowledge shall the chambers be filled with all precious and pleasant riches. See, by the knowledge of the Most High Yahweh Shemashai, the chambers shall be filled with all precious and pleasant riches. This is why when you read the scriptures pertaining to King Solomon, he prayed for knowledge and wisdom, understanding, and then his chambers were filled with precious and pleasant riches. Because the riches come by way of knowledge, man. If you don't have no knowledge, the riches is not going to come. You know, you need to have knowledge, wisdom, understanding. This is why you go to college, to learn, so you can get the riches. The riches don't just come and fall out the fucking sky. You know, this is why the Lord's going to make us rich, because he's given us of his knowledge, wisdom, understanding. First, he has to give us his knowledge, then he's going to make us rich. This is why the scriptures say, in Revelation 3rd chapter, it says that I know thy poverty, but thou art rich. You know, and I know the blasphemy of them that say they are Jews and are not. You know, you got them gutter rats in the land saying that, you know what I'm saying, they're our people, man. When you read Revelation, I believe that's 3 and 9, if I'm not mistaken. Or 2 and 9, I always get mixed up. Yeah, I believe it's Revelation 3 and 9. It says, behold, I make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. And behold, I make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee. Oh, verse 8, so I can. It says, I know thy works, behold, I have set before thee an open door, and no man can shut it. My fault. It's 2. It's 2. Yeah, it's 2. This is another one. It says something very similar. Revelation 2 and 9. I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich, and I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. You see, so the Lord said we're in, he knows our works, tribulation and poverty, but we're still rich because we have this truth. So like I said, this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding is what's going to make us rich. Is what's going to make us powerful. Is what's going to make us the rulers of this earth. Not the actual, you know, gold and silver. Those things that come, that's a byproduct of us serving the Lord, man. You know, that's a byproduct. But the true riches is we're already rich, man. The Lord said it. You know, he said the kingdom of heaven is within us. You know, and this is why, you know, these people in the world are like, oh, everybody wants to be this and that. You know, high value this, high value that, but they're all on a low level because they don't have this truth. You know? So it says Proverbs 24 and 4, it says, and by knowledge shall the chambers be filled with all precious and pleasant riches. A wise man is strong, yet a man of knowledge increaseth in strength. Did they say that you got to go to the gym to become a strong man? You got to go and fucking be in a calorie deficiency and you know, lift weights and fucking be a bodybuilder. That's a form of knowledge, but that's carnal. The scripture say that that's a form of knowledge. That's a form of knowledge, you know, a form of strength, but that's not the ultimate knowledge. The scripture say that the spirit quickeneth, the flesh profited nothing. John 6 and 63 says, it is the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profited nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life. So the flesh is not no profit, man. You know, You know, they could go to the gym. I'm gonna get gains. Look at my gains. You know, it's good. You know, it's good for you to go and you keep your appearance up. Now, especially if you're a woman, but for the men, that's a woman's game. Her looks and all that. She needs that for her survival. But you don't. That shouldn't be your fucking main concern. How you look and getting all fucking lined up and getting all pretty and shit. You know, that's not your concern. That's a feminine spirit. All right. This is verse 6. For by counsel, wise counsel, thou shalt make thy war, and in the multitude of counsel there is safety. Wisdom is too high for a fool. He openeth not his mouth in the gate. And he that deviseth to do evil shall be called a mischievous person. Yeah, this devil. He's a mischievous person. He's devising to do evil. Everywhere you fucking turn, this devil's trying to screw you. You know? It says the thoughts of the foolish is sin, and the scorner is an abomination to men. It says if thou faint in the day of adversity, thy strength is small. Now let me read a couple in the convoy. Yep, Wisdom Psalm 7:8. Yeah, that's cool. So I preferred her before. This is wisdom. This is King Solomon speaking about riches, or the riches of wisdom, which King Solomon was the Lord Yahushua. I preferred her before scepters and thrones, and esteemed riches and nothing in comparison of her. Right? This truth is worth more than riches and gold and scepters and thrones, because through this truth we're gonna get all that. Like I said before, it says, "Wherefore I prayed, and understanding was given me, and I called upon the Most High, and the spirit of wisdom came to me. Neither compared I unto her precious stones, because all gold in respect of her is as little sand, and silver shall be counted as clay before her." Yeah, which is this wisdom, man. This truth. All the riches of this world is basically shit compared to truth. This truth, this wisdom, this knowledge, the spirit of the Lord. You can't put a price on it. All right. You can't put a price on it. It's worth more. It's worth more than a damn car or fucking, a piece of land or. Because matter of fact, when you go to the beginning, the scriptures say the word of the Most High formed everything. All right. Which, I'm not going to go to it, for time's sake. All right. But it says, yep, 1 Timothy 4:8, for bodily exercise profited little, but godliness is profitable unto all things, having promise of the life that now is, and that which is to come. That's right. That's right. You're supposed to look at the life that is to come, not this life. The scripture says you're supposed to hate your life unto death. All right, it doesn't mean you walk around all fucking depressed all day long, but you're supposed to be looking towards the kingdom. You're supposed to be looking towards the kingdom, man. Where we look for a new heavens and a new earth, where much glory doth abide, man. 2 Peter the third chapter, man. 2 Peter chapter 3, and 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 12 says, "Looking for and hastening unto the coming of the day of the Most High, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Nevertheless," this is talking about thermonuclear destruction, right? Even the elements going to burn with fervent heat. It says, "Nevertheless, we, according to his promise," talking about the elect, "according to his promise, looking for a new heavens and a new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness." The new heavens and a new earth, new Jerusalem, descending from heaven, man. When you read Revelation, the 21st chapter, all right, this society is not this is not New Jerusalem. The word "new" right there in the Greek means kainos, which means refreshed, man. A refreshed heavens and earth. The Lord has to bring thermonuclear destruction in order for this earth to be cleansed and refreshed, so a new rulership can take forth on the earth. So there can actually be life on the earth. So 2 Corinthians 2, and verse 2 Corinthians chapter 4 and verse 18 says, "While we're looking not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal." That's right. The things that you see in this society are temporal, man. meaning for a moment. That's what the word temporal means, for a moment, for a time being, a period of time. So the things which are not seen are eternal, man. And that's what you're supposed to be looking forward to. You know, you want to be a nigga in this society for a couple days, for a year or two. You know, Jake bend over and sell out for Kanye West said it. I sold my soul for a few toys and a Happy Meal, man. Or if I can find that, let me go look for it. Where he said it, man. He was like, I sold my soul for a Happy Meal, because he knows it. This is why all these celebrities be murdering themselves, committing suicide, man. All right, they commit suicide because they know they didn't sold their life for nothing. All right. Even King Solomon said it, man. He said, vanity is vanity. He had everything. He had 700 wives, 300 concubines, had all the riches in the world. And he said, look, all this shit is vanity, man. All this shit is vanity, vanity, vanity. All right. Let me play it for you. Clip is mad long. It's 3 minutes long. Let me see if I can find that. Let me see if I can find where he says, oh, here it is. Here it is. I sold my soul to the devil. I know it's a crappy deal. Pizza came with a few toys like a Happy Meal. Yeah, you see? So he said, I sold my soul to the devil. It was a crappy deal. At least it came with a few toys and a Happy Meal. See, even Jake, they got salt. So that was a good little line right there. But he even came out and admitted it, man. I sold my soul to the devil for a little trinket, so he could have Kim Kardashian and all these little women that he got, so he could be praised. Because in this society they praise the nigga, they praise this guy Kanye West. They call him Jesus. They people buy his shoes. They hold him up to be this genius. He, everything the nigga does, people talk about it. You know, that's why the scriptures say that our people have received their consolation, man. But it says in Luke 6:24 that woe to you that are rich, um, meaning destruction unto you that are rich, man. Because the scripture says it's harder for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of heaven than for a camel to go into the eye of a needle. You know. So all you niggas that's rich, man, you ain't gonna make it, bro. You ain't gonna make it, man. There might be a couple of you that that the Lord may have mercy on, but for the most part, because the scriptures say the Lord justifies whom He has mercy on, He has mercy on. But for the most part, all you niggas that's into this money and all this shit, you gonna die. All right, and that's just what it is. Second Ezra chapter 9 and verse 7, and I'm gonna close with this. I'm gonna close with this. Lord willing, it says, and everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith. James the second chapter says what that faith without works is dead, right? So it says, um, and everyone that should be saved and should be able to escape by his works and by faith, whereby ye have believed. Uh, verse 9 says, then shall they be in pitiful case which have now abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments. That's right. That's right. Because you're out of order, which is the gist, if you will, of the lesson. Which is the gist of the lesson. The kingdom of heaven being established on the earth is perfect order on the planet Earth, man. Perfect order. because now you see what comes about with disorder. You know. All right. So hold on. Let's see one thing. Because when the earth is in perfect order, it's gonna be a beautiful thing, man. You know, our people are in order, man. It's a beautiful thing. When you see, like take for instance, an animal, or 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 you see a young child, young man, or a young woman, and they're in order, man. It's nice to be, it's nice. It's a nice thing, You don't have to like scream and yell and fucking, get out of character or whatever. That's a beautiful thing. That's peace. Order equals peace, tranquility, man. You know, I always use the example, but when you have a cup of water or whatever, or a body of water or a sea that's not at peace is raging. There's a storm. There's all kind of shit going on. When the sea is calm, it's in order. You know, and when there's disorder, the sea's in a state of destruction. You can't sail. When there's a storm and shit like that, your boat is gonna be destroyed. Same thing going on now. All right, let me see. Okay, yep. Isaiah 44. Isaiah 44. I'm gonna start at the first verse. It says, "Yet now hear, O Jacob, my servant, and Israel, whom I have chosen. Thus saith the Lord that made thee and formed thee from the womb, which will help thee. Fear not, O Jacob, my servant, and thou Jeshurun, whom I have chosen." Now, Jeshurun means the seed of Israel, right? We're talking to our people, man. Because in the time we're coming in, it's a scary fucking time. All right. But you're comforted by the word. So for I will pour out water unto him that is thirsty, and floods upon the dry ground. I will pour out my spirit upon thy seed, and my blessing upon thy offspring, and they shall spring up as among the grass, as willows by the water courses. One shall say, I am the Lord's, and another shall call himself by the name of Jacob, and another shall subscribe with his hand unto the Lord, and surname himself by the name of Israel, which is prophecy. Now this is our people coming back to the Most High. We're gonna spring up as that grass because the Lord's watering us, man. Without water, the plant's gonna wither away and die, man. All you brothers that have plants, and you know that better than I do. They got your garden and stuff like that. We're like the Lord's garden. The scriptures say we're the Lord's vineyard, man. When you read the scripture, says that we've turned into a degenerate plant, man. Jeremiah 2, all right, I believe. It says we turn into a degenerate plant of a strange vine unto the Lord, man. You know, it says verse verse 6, it says, Thus saith the Lord, King of Israel, and his Redeemer, the Lord of hosts, I am the first, I am the last, and besides me there is no God. And who I shall call and shall declare it and set in order, and set it in order, you see, for me, since I appointed the ancient people. So the Lord's gonna put us in order, man, because we're a real ancient regal people. We're not a bunch of niggas and fucking sluts and wetbacks, and that's not us, man. It should piss you off to see our people in this fucking state, man. Hey, the water, man, the water, bro, the water. Hey, Jeremiah 2:21. Yep. Yet I planted thee a noble vine, wholly a right seed. How then art thou turned into a degenerate plant of a strange vine unto me, man? Yep. And the word degenerate means to fall away from one's ancestral qualities, man. When you look up the word, so we fell away, man. Become the worst of the worst. Scripture say our people are surpassed the deeds of the wicked. Jeremiah the 5th chapter. So it says, and the things that are coming shall come, and let them show unto them. Verse 8: Fear ye not, neither be afraid. Have not I told thee from the time, and have declared it? Ye are even my witnesses. Is there a God beside me? Yeah, there is no God, and I know not any. They that make a graven images, all of them are vanity, and their delectable things shall not profit. They are their own witnesses. They see not nor know that they may be ashamed. So all our people gonna be ashamed. 2/3 of our people gonna be ashamed, man. All right, because they trusted in vanity. They trust in things that do not profit them. They trust in graven images. Bullshit, man. All right. But the Lord said, that he that with great labor he made his great the cluster with great labor has he made it perfect, man. All right. Isaiah 44:10, it says, who hath formed a God or image that is not profitable for nothing? Behold, all his fellows shall be ashamed, and the workmen they are of men. Let them all be gathered together, let them stand up, yet they shall fear, and they shall be all ashamed together. You know? Yeah, So hey, the Lord ain't nothing to be played with, man. The Lord is nothing to be played with, man. All right, because he's a jealous God. The first commandment is what? You shall not have any other gods before me. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. You shall not commit spiritual adultery against me. Which is fornication. That's what fornication, spiritual adultery. Jump down to verse 21. It says, remember these things, O Jacob and Israel, for thou art my servant. I have formed thee, thou art my servant, O Israel. Thou shalt not be forgotten of me. I have blotted out as a thick cloud thy transgressions, and as a cloud thy sins. Return unto me, for I have redeemed thee. I have bought you back. It says, sing, O heavens, for the Lord hath done it. Shout, ye lower parts of the earth. Break forth into singing, ye mountains, O forests, and every tree therein. For the Lord hath redeemed Jacob and glorified himself in Israel. You know? So the Lord has redeemed he's coming to redeem our people, man. But he's also coming to destroy and kill the undesirables, man. All right. Contrary to popular belief, contrary to so-called Christianity, man. It says, thus saith the Lord, thy Redeemer, and he that formed thee from the womb. I am the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Mashai, that maketh all things, that stretcheth forth the heavens, that spreadeth abroad the earth by itself, that frustrated the tokens of liars, and maketh diviners mad, that turneth wise men backwards, and maketh their knowledge foolish, that conformeth the word of his servant, and performeth the counsel of his messengers. The Lord's going to perform man. Hey, the Lord's going to perform the counsel of the messengers, man. So what we've been saying is going to be justified by the Heavenly Father, all right? Because he's going to perform the counsel of his messengers. That's heavy right there, man. All right, that saith to Jerusalem, thou shalt be inhabited, and to the cities ye shall be built, and I will raise up the decayed places thereof. That's going into what? Building up the tabernacle of David, man. Building up New Jerusalem, building up our people. Because before Jerusalem was a city it was a people, man. Before it's a people before it's a place, man. So that saith to the deep, be dry, and I will dry up thy rivers. It says that saith of Cyrus, he is my shepherd, and he shall perform all my pleasure. Even saying to Jerusalem, thou shalt be built, and to the temple thy foundation shall be laid. Yeah. And the foundation is starting with the men. The foundation is starting with the prophets, the elders, the teachers, the brothers, the apostles. That's the foundation being laid, the order, the order, man. Matter of fact, let me get this real quick, man. It says that we're a royal priesthood, a house being built. It says 1 Peter chapter 2, and I'm start at verse 5. It says, ye also as lively stones are built up a spiritual house, a holy priesthood, to offer up spiritual sacrifices acceptable to the Most High by Yahushua HaMashiach. Wherefore it is contained in the scripture, behold, I lay in Zion a chief cornerstone, elect, precious, and he that believeth on him shall not be confounded. And it says, unto you therefore which believe he is precious, but unto them which be disobedient, the stone which the builders disallowed, the same is made the head of the corner. and a stone of stumbling, a rock of offense, even to them which stumble at the word, being disobedient, whereunto also they were appointed. Being the word disobedient, like the brother put in First Samuel 15:23, means rebellion is a sin of witchcraft. Rebellion and disobedience is the same thing. Just as they're all synonyms. Um, rebellion, disobedience, and disorder. All all of them are the same thing. All right. So the scripture says here in 1 Samuel 15:23, brother put up. KC says, KC3, for rebellion is a sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry. Because thou hast rejected the word of the Lord, he has also rejected thee from being king. Yep. So rebellion is as a sin of witchcraft, man. All right. Going into being disobedient. Now, verse 9, it says, but ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should show forth the praise of him who hath called you out of darkness into his marvelous light, which in time past were not a people, but are now the people of the Most High. You see, in the time past, you were not a people. In the time past, you was nothing but a nigger or a spick or a wetback. That's what you were. You know, a tonto. You know, it says, verse 10, which in time past were not a people, but are now the people of the Most High, which had not obtained mercy, but have now obtained mercy. Dearly beloved, I beseech you as strangers and pilgrims, abstain from fleshly lusts which war against the soul, and having your conversation honest among the Gentiles. The conversation goes into your manner of life, your being. All right. It says that whereas they speak against you as evildoers, they might be by your good works, which they shall behold, glorify the Most High in the day of visitation. Yeah. So yeah, man, the Lord's building us up a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a peculiar people, man, set apart from these other nations, man. You know. So hold on, let me see. The Lord say, I'm gonna set them in order. Yep, I'm gonna set them in order before your eyes, before your very eyes, man. Ooh, ooh. It says Wisdom of Solomon 8 and verse 14 says, I shall set the people in order. Matter of fact, let's start at 13. It says, moreover, by the means of her, I shall obtain immortality. It's talking about wisdom, right? And leave behind me an everlasting memorial to them that come after me. And I shall set the people in order, and the nation shall be subject unto me. Yeah, these other nations are going to be subject unto us because we're going to be in order. So now the Lord's going to be able to put them underneath us in order. You know, your woman's going to be in order. The children's going to be in order. These other nations are going to be in order. The animals are going to be in order. You know, the animals are going to be subject unto you. The scripture say what? You know, the scripture say that we're going to be able to we're going to be able to tame these beasts, man. It is white man. The scripture say that the tender mercy of the wicked are cruel, man. So this devil, you know, his tender mercy are cruel. This is why these animals they're not subject unto him because he's not a spiritual man any fucking ways. He ain't no but a tyrant, man. It says, verse 15, horrible tyrants shall be afraid when they do, but hear of me, and I shall be found good among the multitude and valiant in war. You see? So yeah, the point right there being that I shall set my people in order, and the nations shall be subject unto me. Because the Lord's gonna bring us back, man, and have us be beautified, man. But it says, 2 Ezra chapter 14 and verse 13 says, now therefore set thine house in order, and reprove that people, and comfort such of them as be in trouble, and now renounce corruption. Let go from the mortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of man, and put not off the weak nature. Set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times, for yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. You see? So we're in a time of evil, man. So this is a time to set yourself in order, man. And this is why this is how we're getting in order by the word. So now we're reproving our people. We're cussing them out, man. You know, they say if you ain't getting right, you're gonna die. You know, yeah, it is what it is, man. This is why I don't like it. Cause them niggas are wicked, man. Scripture say, blow you the trumpet in Zion, man. sounding alarm on holy mountain. And Joel, the third chapter. It's Isaiah 58:1. It says, cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgressions, and the house of Jacob their sins. You see? Yet they seek me daily and delight to know my ways as a nation that did righteousness and forsook not the ordinance of their God. They ask of me the ordinances of justice. They take delight in approaching to the Most High. So you're supposed to take delight in approaching to the Most High, you know. But hold on, before that, I know I was wanting to get this one, couldn't find it. Oh, here it is. Yep, Psalm 51, 50. I guess Psalm 15. It says Psalm 50 and 21. It says, these things has thou done, and I kept silence. The Lord is talking to this devil, right? It says that thou thoughtest that I was altogether such as one as thyself, but I will reprove thee, and I will set them in order before thine eyes. Now consider this, ye that forget the Most High. Yeah, you all you niggas that's forgetting the Most High. You got to consider this. You know, you got to consider this. It says, consider this, ye that forget the Most High, lest I tear you in pieces, and there be none to deliver you. The Lord is bad. You gotta understand, the Lord is like the ultimate. He's like the ultimate Judite, man. He's like the ultimate. So you know how niggas be talking. But this is how the Lord talking. Like the Lord, like you know how niggas be getting down, how they talk to each other. The Lord, the Most High Himself. The Scripture say we were made in His image. So if you can imagine how the Lord would talk to you, you know how your Father would talk to you. This is the Heavenly Father is like the ultimate Judite, man. You know, Yahweh Shai Himself. The Scripture say He's the Lion of the tribe of Judah, man. All right, man. So the Lord said, man, look, consider this before I tear you in pieces, and there be none to deliver you. Whoso offereth praises glorifieth me, and to him that ordereth his conversation aright will I show the salvation of the Most High. All right. So yeah, that's bad right there, man. That's a that should put the fear in you, man. It should put the fear in you. If you don't have the fear of the Most High in you, that means that that you ain't right. You got demons on you, and ultimately you'll be destroyed. Because the Scripture say the fear of the Most High is the beginning of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, man. So it says Psalm 78:5 says, for he established a testimony in Jacob and appointed a law in Israel, which he commanded our fathers that they should make known to their children. Uh, like in the, you know what I'm saying, in the times coming, this is why it's important to teach this word and do this work, because you're supposed to get the blood off your hands, and ultimately, you save them, they hear you, and yourself. But yeah, let me get this last one for KDC 3. And the waterfall of the scriptures, man. There's a lot of good scriptures. Sirach 19:18 says, the fear of the Lord is the first step to be accepted of him, and wisdom obtaineth his love. Yep. 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 Hey, but I gotta read it again, Psalms 50, man. Because that's bad right there. Psalm 50 in verse 21 says, these things hast thou done, and I kept silence. Thou thoughtest I was altogether such as one as thyself, but I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes. Now consider this, ye that forget the Most High, lest I tear you in pieces, and there be none to deliver you. And whoso offereth praise to glorify me, and to him that ordereth his conversation aright, will I show the salvation of the Most High. All right. So the Lord's setting us up, man, and order and truth. You know. So when you read Matthew the 6th chapter, it says, "Let thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven." The Lord's prayer. So in the heavens is perfect order. So there's gonna be perfect order on the planet Earth as well, man. There's gonna be perfect order on the planet Earth in the very near future, man. So yeah, repent for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. You know, watch as well as pray, as Scripture say, man. With that, Lord willing to be edifying. Oh, that's a good one right there. Psalms 37:37. Mark ye the perfect man, behold the upright, for the end of that man is peace. That's right. Yeah, that's right. And the Lord willing, we'll be of that number, man. But with that, I say, call I'm La, Yahweh Bashim Hashai Bashim, Wakakwadash, the bonds to the possibly millstone that taught us this truth and continue to teach us and watch over the flock through spirit. And at the waterfall, y'all that tuned in and put up scriptures, man. And with that, I say shalom.